Please, this is another Absolute Sabers live stream.
Yo,
That's so funny. We both said the same thing.
I still love that thing. It's great. Evening, everyone. Only 4 minutes late. That's a record. Yeah.
hello there.
You try and, fucking organize a international fucking stream every week for like 8 weeks. People wonder why I didn't do the Bad Batch. That's 16. Fuck that. That's 16 weeks. God almighty. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing?
Alive.
Good? We're live.
Fantastic.
We're glad you're alive, Elvis.
Well, Elvis has had quite the week. So just
A little
just
COVID,
a small,
little hurricane, nothing.
just a little COVID, little hurricane. Just
I'm sure Gianni
big
still got it
deal.
worse than me. He's got a 2-week-old baby at home or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gianni would rather have the hurricane, and he lives in fucking Florida, bro. Like,
Oh, I know. We get them on the yearly. Hurricane's like, oh, it's raining. At this point.
It's a little bit windy outside.
Just a
Yeah.
smidgen.
We had
Oh.
in Ohio a little bit of wind and rain from the hurricane, and it ruined my golf game.
How
Wow.
dare it?
I know,
How
right?
very dare it? Elvis' house gets blown fucking 10 blocks the other way, and you ruined your golf game. Like,
I know. I get a little rain while I'm trying to tee off. It's fucking rude.
It only ripped off one piece of siding and some shingles. I really didn't have it that bad, although where the siding came off happened to be on the chimney, so it was leaking through our roof and stuff. But it was just more trees and power lines, that sort of thing that was all over the place.
could have been worse. Worse. Well, as always, when crazy weather affects our friends, I'm glad you guys are all right.
Sure.
All the time. But good evening, everyone. Adrian and Mark in the chat so far. Matt's
Posting
in
it.
here too, and so this is a doubler because last week I was completely fucked. Couldn't speak. It was bad. Apologies last week for the very, very, very late audible, but it was
Gotta get the face in there too. Selfie.
Put it on the story. Let people know.
Nice.
We live.
just let people know, man. We'll do this. Like,
This is a family
But,
show, Sam. Family show.
Is it?
I mean, it
Oh,
could,
no.
it could be a family show over in the States. It's not a family show over here. It's well past the watershed.
I can say we haven't
Uh,
hit 5 minutes of time yet, so I don't know if we should drop any F-bombs quite yet. I think you got to be at least 5 minutes in, right?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm sure it'll tell me if it's been demonetized. Okay, Lulu. I will not be late tonight, I promise. I just realized you can still see me. I won't be late tonight.
Have a good night, Louise.
Sleep well, down.
We'll try to make sure Sam gets there on time.
Yeah. I'm
Do
not.
you have
I'm
a
not
bedtime,
working.
Sam? I don't get it. I don't understand here.
Usually it's like, Louise turns the TV off and she's like, okay, I'm going to bed. All right. So I just sit there for 5 minutes in darkness, like,
Oh, she's saying you are going to bed. Got it.
guess
Okay.
I'm going to bed too, right? All my Twitter is now the single girls swooning over Osho and Chimere. We're going to get to that at some point.
We're on two
Let's,
wildly different Twitters there, Adrian.
Yeah. Well, I just realized not long ago via Louise that Twitter was full of, never mind. But some people will get that, some people will not. But so apologies for last week, guys. But last week, people were very divided with last week. Like, there's a lot of that's kind of sucked. But what basically, in a nutshell, it was a story of seduction and potential redemption, as well as alluding to some secrets that may have been kept from a lot of people. I'll start off with you, Matt. In terms of last week, what were your kind of thoughts on any kind of takeaways for you? I know that you haven't really been enjoying the show, right?
No.
And I know a couple of weeks ago you did stay quiet because you didn't want to, be that guy. But this is the whole reason for the.
I'll be that guy today.
Please do, man. Please do. Come on.
I was kind of annoyed how long it took Soul to realize it was May and not Osha.
Yep.
Because he apparently has this deep connection with Osha, and he didn't realize that was her.
Yep, I feel that.
Yeah. So
He also just watched his whole Jedi family die in front of him and fought tooth and nail with the most evil character he's ever met in his life. He might be a little sidetracked in his head. Just giving him a little credit, that's all.
In Matt's defense, though, every single scene where they're talking, you can clearly see May's fucking witch tattoo.
Yeah.
And he knows that Osha doesn't have that. So...
I didn't notice it.
You can see. I mean, yeah, you can see it. You can see it for sure. So if we can see it on screen, imagine if that's if it's fucking real life or whatever. You can see that.
And then to kind of quote Sems, it took the beaver for him to notice.
Yeah. What's the beaver called again?
I don't remember.
Terran?
Did you say Terrence? Terrence the beaver?
I think Terran.
Buddy Beaver.
Buddy Beaver. We'll go with Buddy Beaver.
Bucky's.
We'll go with Buddy Beaver.
And then the whole thing with Osha, I can kind of see her kind of going towards the dark side because she's always been a little off. She's always been a bit of a wild card. So as annoying as it is that she's always like, I'm a Jedi. I wanted to be a Jedi. I want to be a Jedi. And then she gets shirtless Quaimir or naked Quaimir all up in her face. And she's like, okay, I can see the dark side.
Well,
All
right.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight you on this one, Matt.
The power of boners is stronger.
True.
740 in, man. Yeah, you done it.
I think Quaimir as a smooth-tongued, seductor worked for me. Seeing his different personalities of being like, yeah, I'm busy, babe. Seeing his personalities, when he was talking to May, how he's kind of quirky. And she's just not going to give up. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
She's screaming,
Gianni.
All right, so we're talking about episode 6, right?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
5.
I felt like, so we went from 5. It was like this crazy roller coaster, and then we hit 6, and it was just kind of like we slammed on the brakes.
Yeah.
And so that was a little jarring because I wasn't expecting it to be so slow and docile. But I would say that I did enjoy it, seeing Quaimir in almost like a third personality, because you had Quaimir as the apothecary, then you had him as a stranger, and now you had him the way he was in this episode, which is completely different. You go from quirky, kind of clumsy kind of person, then you go to the stranger where he's straight up, if you want to say dark side, very what's the right word, arrogant and cocky, psychotic, right? And then going from smooth, seductive and all of that, playing all those different characters was really dope to see for me. So I like that. I mean, it was a slower episode, but to see this character be able to play 3 different personalities was really dope for me. So
good acting.
Great acting. I really like Manny's performance. I think this whole show, I haven't been in love with it, but Manny Quaimir and Soul, their acting alone has been the best for me. And so I hope they don't kill off these characters, and maybe we could get more of them in the future, even if it's not in the quote unquote title of Acolyte, right? Because I'm really intrigued by like the stranger in that whole situation. So, yeah, I don't know. I liked it. There's so much to dive into, but I will say it was a whole. It did slow down quite a bit, but I did enjoy it once I like slowed down and understand what I was like watching for episode 6, and I enjoyed it.
Elvis, I'll let you finish off.
What Mark just said, very slow pace, got bit impatient. Yeah, dude, like that's the thing I probably hate the most about the show, but it's also the only thing that's like really working for it. Like it's drawing people in, it's engaging. I'm like, oh, we're not gonna tell you shit. You're gonna be pissed. Come watch.
Yeah.
So that's like really working. As far as making content, as a content creator, Disney as a content creator, they've got engagement with the audience right now.
Yeah.
So it's working. But every episode, I'm just like, is that all we're getting? We're going nowhere. We're going to get like one tiny story out of this whole 8 episodes. I wanted more. So I feel that impatience. I feel that part of it where like at the end of this last episode, I'm just like, huh?
Yeah. Pardon me.
There's only one episode left.
That's how I feel with 7. I didn't feel so much like that with 6, but with 7, I was like, what are we doing? So yeah, I didn't feel that for 6.
At the end of 6, it felt like we're gonna get into something now. Finally.
Right.
But
yeah, I will give that 6 left it like, okay, we're finally gonna see what actually happened at the witch coven. And then at the end of last week, I'm like, that's all that happened?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they build up and they build up, and then it's just a disappointment.
I would be inclined to agree somewhat with last week. I felt it was very odd. I like going back to kind of what Gianni was saying, seeing the different degrees of Chimera, Stranger, and it's like 3 different characters. It's the no one knows who I am kind of character to the completely unhinged lunatic we got in 4 and 5 to this very silver tongue speaking, calculated. Elvis, did Elvis drop out?
Ruh-roh.
Oh, ruh-roh.
It's the hurricane.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Elvis has left the building.
You've been waiting for a long time to say that, dude. He'll be back. It could be an outage.
Oh, true. Yep.
An outage, but seeing Manny playing the kind of the 3 degrees there, it's it's very interesting. It's great acting. The way that he put himself across though to Osha is one of someone who is either A, being extremely blasé and kind of nice and whatnot just to get what he wants, because it's almost like there's a degree of care there, right? A degree of care and attraction. It's kind of weird because obviously we've seen the way that he looked at her in the apothecary, and you're like, oh yeah, what's going on here? The whole thing, the skinny dipping, the when she takes the lightsaber and she ignites it and it's outside, the blade, man, oh my god, the blade was all wrong. It was like a fucking day blade on a baselet, like that just really got to me. What I did like overall though was the story it was trying to tell. It was trying to tell, on one side, possible redemption for May, because obviously, she Sol alluded to something that he has to tell her, and she's rushing to the cockpit to try and communicate. Like, I need to tell the Jedi have to know, right?
Yeah.
And on the other side, it's the seduction of Osha to the dark side, and it's, hey Tim, how you doing, man?
How you doing, Tim?
So I'm liking that aspect of it. There's always there's always two sides to every coin, right? And we're seeing both sides of the coin when it comes to May and to Osha, but we're also seeing both sides of the coin when it comes to Chimere and when it comes to Saul as well, because obviously we found out what Saul's secret this week, which we'll get into. But there's also a story there that Chimere's obviously going to tell, alluding to how he got the scars and all that kind of stuff. I think the thing that kind of got me most intrigued at this episode was when Osha put on the helmet. Right? It's complete sensory deprivation. It's just, when you're in there, it's just you and the Force. You can't see shit. The cortosis thing, I think, pulling cortosis into live action canon was genius.
And I like how they actually said that this is cortosis. You guys were right. This isn't something else we made up.
The fact that Leslie pulled that in is it's great. So the way it all kind of left off, I loved that. On to episode 7. This is where the show starts to kind of annoy me a little bit, because most of that we already seen in episode 3. There he's back.
Yay!
Welcome back, Elvis.
Internet just decided to be done working for a minute.
Mine does that all the time. It's so annoying. Like Mark says, episode 3.2. Because it is, most of that we've seen in episode 3. A lot of the footage they reused. We're seeing it from a different point of view, because obviously episode 3 focused more on the witches, and this time it's focused more on the Jedi camp. And getting to see some of the stuff, I was just annoyed at I get what they were trying to do, but they didn't achieve it, in my opinion. They used too much from episode 3. Things that... Something that really annoyed me was, obviously in episode 3, we've seen all the witches just lying there dead, lifeless, right? And that was in Dara, right? That was her. She done that.
And I'm still not entirely sure what exactly happened to him.
I was going to say, we don't know what's in Dara, but that seems...
And we also don't know if they're actually dead or not.
She's also reading minds during the test. She's doing something.
Yeah, there's something there with her character. Well, there was something there with her character. I mean, it comes across like she killed them all through the Force or whatever. I don't know what it was, but that's how it came across to me. I didn't like that. I thought the other is Zebrak.
Mother,
she just the other mother. She just disappears into a cloud of smoke, right? I'm starting to kind of think that she's got something to do with the whole Chimere thing, but then there's rumors going around that Chimere was a former Jedi pupil. But if that was the case, then surely he would have been recognized in the Apothecary, if it is by Saul.
Well, it was a long time ago.
But he said himself he was a Padawan.
So this is the thing. It's just there's a few things that just don't quite make sense. Well, they make sense by the end of next week, hopefully.
Yeah,
but
the theory is he was Green Lady's Padawan, because the scar on his back looks like it was from the
Light Whip. Yep.
Venestra's Padawan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that theory. It's interesting. I just don't imagine a light whip doing that. Like, wouldn't it just tear through you?
That's what I would assume too, because that's what it did to the bugs.
But he said he was a Padawan a long time ago, and she's what, 120 or something? So
yeah, here we go. I mean, to casual fans that might help, a bit more background, but I think 6 and 7 for me have been the worst. I'm disappointed with it, because I get the story they're trying to tell, right? And I love that side of it, but it's just the way it's being told just doesn't cinematically make sense to me, really and truly. Yeah, there's just a few things I miss, especially with 7. You know, like I mean, get Kilnaka, you know, being possessed and going nuts. Loved it. You know, great.
I'm not entirely sure why Tobin decided he needed to kill himself after that.
That's another question as well.
Yeah, I mean, you got brainwashed, and she was trying to trick you into going home, so that wasn't your fault. And then when you're actually in the coven, you didn't do anything. You just deflected arrows, and you just kind of stood there.
Yeah,
and then you tried to defend yourself from Kilnaka. I don't understand why you need to kill yourself because of that.
Oh, that's a valid point that Elvis said. Elvis
got them all killed.
Yeah,
he can't live with that.
Because basically,
he's like, wait, they're the virgins. There's proof. We can go home. Let me jump on this speeder. Like
what?
Yeah.
But then when they got to the elevator, he's like, "Oh, well, the elevator's broken. We can't get in." And then Saul's like, "I know how to get in."
Yeah, but they wouldn't have been there in the first place if it wasn't for Torben.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that side of things, perhaps. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. 6 and 7 just from the gradual build up we had with 4 and 5, the explosion we got with 5. 6 and 7 just don't really follow up. I'm just kind of really hoping now that 8 does, and 8 is the other explosion that we need in this.
Is anyone terrified that 8's gonna be a...
I am so fucking scared.
What's up, Gianni? What happened? Right, your kid just crawl into the room or something?
Oh my god, I was so deep, and I asked my wife for water via like text message, but she couldn't bring it to me right away, so I forgot I had asked for water, and I'm deep into the conversation. It's just black figure right there.
Oh, that's getting clipped.
Oh god, I just lost my mind.
What's Gianni V shit his pants?
How do you do in scary movies? I'm curious.
Oh, I don't watch them.
Me neither.
I don't open those doors in my house. No, thank you.
My wife will be like, "You want to watch The Nun?" I'm like, "No."
Sam's been trying to get me to watch the Scream movies, and I'm like, "No."
I did watch those.
I fell asleep at the cinema during The Nun, and I woke up at a really jumpy bit, and I'd completely shit myself. I was like, what? Louise is sat next to me pissing her pants. Yeah, it's like 6 and 7. I like what they were trying to tell in 6. The two sides of the coin: the seduction, the redemption, and then alluding to secrets of the Jedi and whatnot. It was a nice build up to 7. The way they done 7, though, I can see what they were trying to do, but for me, they just didn't capture it. They just didn't do it, and some things just don't make sense.
Well, it's because of that film style, that Rashomon or whatever it's called. It was interesting for like a second, but like seeing Soul holding both the girls up and then having to choose one. You didn't get any of that from Osha's perspective.
Yeah.
It also seemed like May was just sadistic and wanting to kill everyone from Osha's perspective, when really she was like, "Oh shit, fire," and trying to put it out.
Yeah.
So the Rashomon, or I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, or whatever that aspect is of showing the same situation from different points of view, and they're differing. They're not the same. It was interesting, but in the end, I was just like, it's not working for me. Like, just tell me.
It didn't work for me either. I mean, I'll be honest. I think we probably could have done without a full episode dedicated to that.
Yeah.
We could have maybe had that as potentially as Saul. I mean, think about it this way, right? Because Saul hasn't told May anything yet, so she's been stunned. It could have been a case of she's came round, she's bound, right, handcuffed, whatever, and he's like, you're going to listen to me. This is what happens, right? And we could have done it that way. And then we could have continued with a little bit of the story into episode 8. That, for me, would have been better, structure-wise. We just didn't need nearly 40 minutes, of seeing what we've seen really in episode 3 from a slightly different perspective, with a couple more things added in. We just didn't, in my opinion, we just didn't need that. Like, this week for me, I've never given anything lower than a 5, man. This for me was a 2. It was really, really bad in terms of not like the sets and stuff. Like the sets have always been great. They're wonderful. Like the way everything was
sets.
done
Oh my
visually.
God.
Sorry,
Like
it's
the
my
visuals
accent, sorry.
I will say that the visuals in this show have been on point. They've been great.
Yeah,
It's just
Yeah.
everything else.
I know, right? The sex is great too, but
The visuals.
I totally thought he said stacks, not sets. I was like,
no, I
what?
said sets, man. It's the accent, bro. I'm sorry. It's been nearly 4 years. You should be used to this by now. But like, yeah, I didn't. Disappointed with it, disappointed. And I told my buddy about, I was like, yeah, I'm not digging this week. Last week I can see past it enough. This week we just didn't need all of that time to be taken up with that,
No.
Have you ever
I feel like it
seen
was a
those?
waste.
The pacing
good.
has been all wrong in this.
it's been good at times, but at other times it's just been
This might piss some people off. This show might actually be good if it had a decent writer.
Have you ever seen those memes where it just says "always keep them guessing" and then it's people just doing totally random shit like over and over and over again? It's like just going any direction.
Yeah.
That's the show.
I have no idea what's happening in the next episode.
Yeah.
Like, do we go to a different planet? Is Vanessa or the Green Lady Vanessa? Whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Is she gonna be in the episode? Like, are we gonna see? Like, I'm so confused, and I have no idea what to even guess or what's gonna happen.
That's one thing it is doing well. It's keeping you guessing as to really, apart from 7, because we knew it was the same director, so we knew it was gonna be a flashback, right? But apart from that, we knew, we don't know. So it is doing a good job in that respect, but it's
also
just
annoying.
Yeah.
It is a little bit, but like for the audience, generally that's quite good because you have no idea what's going, and that's kind of what's keeping people maybe hooked a little bit more.
Mhm.
Even the reveal of Chimera as the stranger wasn't all that impressive because we all kind of knew it was him anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was
that's
too
funny. The
obvious.
few things that you'd think would be the big twisty things were like the most obvious things.
Yeah.
Well, but
And, like,
Leslie
we
Headland
are-
said that. She said it wasn't supposed to be like this big reveal. Like she wanted us to already kind of know in an interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
that's not true.
and then everything in this episode, we all knew that the Jedi had something to do with it, and then
Yeah,
we're like, okay, yeah, we knew they did. This was going on. We didn't know exactly what happened, but it
The thing-
wasn't all that shocking.
the thing with Chimera was right, and the reason for the first few weeks, I kept on saying to you guys, "Nah, it's not Chimera. It's not him. It's not him. Keep thinking it's not him." Which because everyone fucking clocked on within 2 episodes who it fucking was, And I know Leslie Headland said, "Oh no, that wasn't supposed to be." That's bullshit. It was. It was changed because Disney fucking changed it. Like Disney. This is what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to Star Wars with Disney, right? Someone's hired to do a show. Do you think that person writes the show and then goes, "Cool, this is what I'm making"?
I mean, not necessarily. Probably not most of the time.
Yeah,
But
Disney does that a lot with Marvel. Someone will write the idea and they're like, "Oh no, you have to do this."
Disney changed 70% of this show. 70% of the show, they changed it. There was so much that they wanted changed. So much.
I mean, what did they
So-
change?
The whole structure of the show was changed. The
I
whole
know, but what?
plot, the whole plot. Oh, I can't talk about it, but the whole plot line, the whole overall. Originally, it was supposed to be purely from the Sith's point of view. That was supposed to be what the show was about. Disney didn't
And that's
want
why a lot of us were excited about it.
that. Disney didn't want that. And that's no fucking secret. So congratulations to the higher uppers at Disney. You took a fantastic potential project and 90% screwed it. There's been great moments in it. The visuals have been fantastic, but with the pacing and just some of the time that's been alluded to, it hasn't really been used great, especially the last couple of weeks. Up till number 5, I was like, yeah, cool, right, okay. 6 and 7, I can't.
I'm still totally optimistic though. Like it could be fire the next episode, and it like revives everything. Like let me just cross all the fingers that I have here real quick. There we go.
That would be
Everything's crossed.
And the toes.
But that would be even more of a shame if it was, because then it's like you had over an hour, nearly an hour and a half between 2 episodes.
Sam, you're saying it would suck if the last episode was good. Think about what you're saying right now. That doesn't make sense.
What's up, Carter?
Carter.
What's up, bro? No, I'm not saying I'm not saying it would suck if the last episode was good. I'm just saying, like it would be bittersweet because it's like, you produced a banger of an episode
After
what
3-4
happened to the last 2?
Yeah.
It's like Carter says, you want something cool, they ain't gonna do that. Just put it on the fucking
Ain't
shelf.
gonna do it, dude.
Yeah.
That 180 million could have gone to Rogue Squadron. All I'm saying.
Oh,
Where did this
Yeah.
180 million come from, by the way?
And where did it go?
somebody's pocket.
I like Sean's reel. What are we looking for?
There's no way in hell this is a $180 million show. No way in hell.
I believe it. They just spent that much on marketing. 80 million on the show, 100 million on marketing.
Try
And
100
licensing that song that was in the credits of last episode.
Oh my
Try
god,
about-
that really irritated
Yeah.
me because if there's anything not Star Wars, it's a song with lyrics, like a pop song. Like
Try about 105, maybe 100. You're in the region there. There's no way this is 180 million. I know there's practical sets, and it's been most practical sets and visuals, but there's no way 180 million. There's just no way in fucking hell.
why did they play the Power 2 song on this episode?
I think because when Torben had the iPad and he noticed that both of their the symbiotes or whatever were identical. And if you listen to the words of that song, it talks about like dual flame and like this whole thing. So maybe there's a correlation there.
I mean that math works. I just think it made sense though.
I think the only other time they've done like a song or included a song that actually has words was for
Fallen Order.
Sabine's intro in Ahsoka. It was like that Japanese electro rock kind of song.
She was listening to music.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it worked
then-
though because it fitted her aesthetic.
And
Yeah,
then
it fit her
Book of
character.
Boba Fett, they had the chanting lyrics.
Yeah, but apart from that,
Well, yeah, I mean we've had vocals like the Phantom Menace had the
yeah, but like actual,
whatever those words are. I have no idea.
Please do that again.
That's getting clipped.
That's 2 clips tonight. Gianni
That's 2
shitting his
clips.
fucking pants, and then
Yeah.
And then Fallen Order had Sugen Esana from
Yes.
The Who, which is a banger. But
It's
it
just-
makes sense because in universe that's like a band.
yeah. I don't know, man. What do you think, Carter? The last couple of weeks for you, like, and don't pull any punches.
We know what he thought.
Punches?
He loved it.
Oh, dude, I hated it. I can't even remember what happened last week.
A whole lot of nothing.
Last week it was the seduction.
Oh
motion.
yeah, it was the nothing episode. That's what it was. It was. Oh, you killed all the Jedi and wait, you're kind of hot though. So what's going on here? That episode was weird. I'll be real with you. I think so. Was last week's episode the only like real positive thing I can say? And it's what I've been saying since the beginning is Soul is still amazing. I love that we saw him he just got frustrated. He just got really mad, like at the situation, at himself. Like we saw it in that one moment, and I thought that was good. I can't say much for the rest of the episode. I think it's cool that we got that unknown planet. I'm pretty sure we all know what planet it is.
Tony.
Tony, thank you so much, bro.
Here.
You're a real one, man. If you're free, dude, send me a DM and you can join us. You're more than welcome.
But I'm pretty sure like we know what planet it is based off of the Plagueis novel. But yeah, a bunch of nothing happened in that episode. Everyone's all wishy-washy and flipping, and I
Leslie
can't.
get interviewed, and she said, "No, it is an unknown planet. Like it's not part. Like it's designed to not be known. Like you will not know what planet this is.
Looks a lot like Octo to me.
No, I know it looks like, but she was specifically asked, and she's like, "No, it's not. It's an unknown planet. It's where you find Catorsis, and it's extremely hard to find or mine or whatever."
The way they explain the Plagueis novel is exactly how that planet is in the episode, so I have a very hard time believing her. But yeah, nothing.
Well,
happened.
or they just won't use it. They don't want to canonize something in the Plagueis novel.
Yeah, that's true too, because they're scared of canonizing things that are cool. On the shelf, dude. Put it on the shelf and dust it on Sundays.
They use Cortosis though. That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool that we saw like pure Cortosis like in the wall. Like that's awesome. But this week's episode, I knew it was so predictable. Like I knew that going in. All right, this is going to be a fully flashback episode. But what I didn't expect,
Tony.
what I didn't expect with this episode was I've already seen like half of it. I already saw it, pretty much.
Yeah.
You gave me a 43-minute runtime, but I've already seen 20 minutes of it, dude. Like, what was the point? I get it it's from a different point of view, and you also have to kind of line it up with the events, but I felt like it was just so much of what the other events was. It was just half of it.
Did
like,
you know
that kind of annoyed me a little bit. The fight scenes are sick. They're super dope. The Wookiee is dope. I feel like that's all I can really say good about that. It's dope. Fight choreography's on point. It's sick. I at this point, dude, I feel like there's nothing in this besides the action that's going to make me like the show. I don't feel like there's anything in the next episode. If Plagueis or Tenebrous shows up, okay, cool. That doesn't make me like the show anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
That's going to feel so out of nowhere if it does.
I know, right? Because they're not really leading up to that a big reveal like that. Maybe, obviously, we're going to get another Sith of some kind, but it's not going to be a Tenebrous or a Plagueis. If it is, it's like, okay, that's cool. What about the rest of the show? It kind of sucked.
Yeah, 3 and 7 could have been its own episode.
I mean, earlier on, I was like I said, they could have told that whole episode from the perspective of Soul. Mm-hmm. You know, having May come round, having her chained, having her handcuffed, whatever, and they could have told that whole from like 10 minutes or even 15 minutes of the episode, right? That's what they could have done, and then they could have went back to Osha and Chimere and done a little bit more there. For me, there's too much now to kind of leave to one episode. There's going to be like, you know, that they have.
I had a dream that the next episode is going to be like an hour and 45 minutes. And when we see the runtime, we're all going to be like, "All right, let's go."
I did hear the runtime's like an hour.
Thank God, because it's so funny you said that, Elvis, because I was talking to my wife. I was like, yo, episode 7 just left me like, what the hell are we doing? Like, it's not leading anything. It was just a waste of my time in a sense. And I'm like, unless episode 8 is like 2 hours, like, what are we doing? So I sure hope it's really long.
I mean, I heard it's like an hour. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it would make sense. See, if it's like 35, 40 minutes, the game's a fucking bogey. As far as I'm concerned, you know, it's so difficult for them to try and answer some of these questions and do what they really need to do now. 7, which is the rerun of 3, and I'm impressed with watching the same thing over again.
I think the thing that a lot of people are missing though is that Rashomon thing. Like, they're not the same. All the scenes that you saw are not the same. They're different. They're from a different point of view, and they're seeing different things. They're hearing different things. Some words are changed. It's not replaying it. You are seeing it from Soul's point of view and from Torben's in this episode, right?
Yeah.
And like the dialogue between the girls was different. Mother Coral, when she's like, "What are you guys doing out here?" "I told you it's unsafe. All right, back in the place." And this one, she's like, "Listen, fuckers, I said don't you ever come out here." Like, you know, she's like super vicious, and he sees that, like, she's worried. He's worried for the girl's safety because in his eyes, they're about to like be sacrificed or something. So
Fucking dead, man.
You're right.
And there's the,
like I said, the whole,
third clip of the night.
point of view thing didn't really work for me, but I see what they were going for. The only scene that really worked for me is when he was holding the two bridges and he couldn't hold both. Like that point of view difference, you know, was the big thing that we needed to see.
I just
Why
googled
couldn't
it.
you hold both though?
There's speculation that it's only going to be 43 minutes.
Fuck.
I would not be surprised.
No,
Wow.
this is the last two episodes, 7 and 8. We're going to be 43 minutes, which really means it's a 35-minute episode because the credits are like 10 minutes.
There's
So.
probably going to be Celine Dion in the credits.
Doubt
Hey,
it, bro. I don't think
she's
in
a
very good
legend,
shape
whatever.
just now, man.
I mean, if
It's-
Celine Dion's in the credits, I'm here for it.
Hey, she's saying in Beauty and the Beast, so you know, hey.
Oh, yo,
They'll do
that's
something
getting
that we're
clipped.
gonna be like,
Dude,
I don't even care anymore. Like,
dude, what I'll say about this comment here, I was dying laughing when he was just over here and he's holding them. And he's like, "Nah, dude, never mind," and he just switches. Dude, I was dying.
It's like
man. He really
like that little
Sam, can I
girl's
cuss
a
on this-
bitch. I don't
Sam,
like
can I
her.
cuss on the stream? Can I cuss on the stream?
Did you not just hear Elvis like 45 seconds ago?
Oh yeah, you're right. He really said, "Fuck them kids, dude." And he just
It was literally like, fuck you, bitch.
Like
You
that
know?
one's a twat. She can die.
Oh, man. Do you guys think there'll be a season 2? I'm not going to
Nah.
weigh in on this one at all.
From what I heard, they wrote it so that it could be over, but with some open strands if it did lead to that. But it hasn't had good. The fans ain't loved it, so I don't think they're going to pursue
Like,
season 2.
Did-
Didn't they
like,
take
just
the
looking
fan
at the
reviews off
review-
Rotten Tomatoes?
What was that?
Didn't they take like the fan reviews and scores off Rotten Tomatoes or something?
wouldn't be.
Oh,
I don't know.
They're getting, dude.
The fan reviews are not great. The critics
No.
reviews are fantastic.
And every time they post something on Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, dude, they're getting flamed,
they're getting destroyed
Constantly.
in the comments.
dude.
I
getting,
think they
like,
do a season 2, but it's relabeled, and they try again.
probably.
So it won't
I
be a
say-
season 2, but
I
they're
say
gonna-
scratch all of this and just give me Chimera.
yeah.
I'd be okay
Sure.
with that.
Yeah.
You know what? If it was just a show completely about him, I think I'd be okay with it because his
Oh,
acting's
yeah.
been great. His acting and Saul's acting are honestly what's keeping me watching the show.
Well,
Yep.
here's the thing. That's what the show was supposed to be about.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be from, whether it was Chimera at that point, I don't know. It was supposed to be from the Sith's point of fucking view.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any of that. We are 7 out of 8 episodes in, and we have spent very little time with the Sith. This is BS, dude. I want my money back.
I just had a
want-
disappointing.
I'm canceling
want
my
my-
Disney Plus
I want my
subscription.
$15 from this month from Disney Plus back in my wallet, please, because this is a waste of my time and money.
Give me my money.
My thing
Well-
with that is like I don't only watch Star Wars. Like I be watching National Geographics. Like I watch other
I
things.
watch when sharks
Moon Knight
attack when I
4
go to
times, I
sleep.
hear.
All I'm going to say on that matter is you guys would be very fucking surprised. Very fucking surprised.
With what?
What we've just spoken about. You'd be very fucking surprised. At
If
what
they
could
make a
happen.
season 2, it's gonna flop harder than this season.
Are you
They'll
trying
throw
to
another
Not,
100
not,
million
not,
down the drain.
not if they don't fuck with it. You know that the
Dude,
problem.
no,
The
they're
problem
gonna-
here is right. The problem here is Disney have Disneyfied this project.
Oh yeah,
Too
they've
much.
been doing this since Book of Boba Fett. They saw how awesome and cool Mando season 2 was, and they're like, let's step in real quick. This is because this is
You know.
this is going to get a little too cool if we just have Boba Fett just be a badass. Let's have him be a man of the people real quick. And
Let's have him make the Power Rangers.
Mando season 3. This dude, they've completely stepped in and have given zero reins to any of the creators, and it's hard. It's very hard to watch.
I would definitely like to get a hands-on a copy of what was actually supposed to be this show.
I would too.
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
you know.
I mean, if you looked at the first draft of Star Wars in 1977, you'd probably be disappointed though. Like, it was.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though: the first draft of this was allegedly from the Sith point of view, right? And I think for the most part, what we've kind of gotten, it's just been like, this is what you have, and this is what we could have had, right? And I think internally there's an aspect of that as well. You know, I don't think a lot of people are happy with the way that this show, sorry, I'll reword that, the direction that this show was pushed in. You know, I've still enjoyed it to an extent. I still like, 1 through 5. I thought, okay, a bit of a slow burner, but we're leading up to something. And then 6 and 7 have just been like, what the fuck was that? You know, 6 for me, I'll say it again. I understand what the overall kind of arc was there. 7 in particular was like, we didn't really need this, you know, or we needed it, but just maybe more condensed, you know. It's again, like Elvis was saying, it's a total different point of view, which is great because it's a you know, it's two sides of a coin in terms of the story as to what happened on that planet. But did it need a full episode? I don't think so.
No shot. They could have did this in flashbacks and had 7 and 8 like one big grand finale. They could have easily sprinkled in all the things that we didn't see in 7 in other episodes to catch us up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like,
What if episode 8 starts with 5 years later? And that's the first thing
turning
you
the
see at the
TV
beginning of the episode.
I'm gonna turn my TV off.
I'm just saying, what if they put OSHA in a helmet with a red lightsaber? May's now a Jedi. Like, then we got Master. I shouldn't use the word Master.
For the way this show has been, was those two characters flip-flopping, that would be perfect because they're so inconsistent.
Well, and it seems like it. I mean, did you get the impression that Soul was going to try to save May's soul here? Like, you know, you've been living under this terrible impression of how things like happen. I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, I mean, like, is he trying to save her? Is he trying to make her good? Because OSHA clearly is ready to go bad.
Yeah. What if there's a small time jump?
You know what I'm so scared of right now is May. Yeah. What stories left for May? What are they going to do for May? What are they going to do with that character? And how much time is it going to suck up? If they're going to keep working on the May character, that's just time out of the episode that I'm going to be mad about. Like,
It's time for working on any character is over now.
Yeah.
Here's your 1 hour finale. We're going to spend 30 minutes developing May a little more.
Yeah.
Then everyone else gets 5.
I personally, I think the twins both die.
Or turn into black smoke.
Or turn into black smoke.
Man, she really,
I have thoughts.
They really wanted these witches to be the Dathomir witches so bad.
They even dropped Night Sisters in there.
Dude,
Yeah. You mentioned Night Sisters, right?
They really wanted them to be the same, and they're not.
No.
They're just not as cool. I'm sorry. Dathomir witches.
I didn't get that impression. I got the impression they're telling you this is a religion, and other people are just going, "Oh, Night Sisters." Like, yeah, there's other Force religions out there. No, it's not Night Sisters. Like, that's the impression I got. They're like, no, there's more witches out there, the Night Sisters. I thought that's what they were trying to say.
I know that's what
Yeah.
they're like going for sure. Is that there's more religions of the Force, but what
And
I'm
we've
seeing
we've
is
seen other cultures with religion with the Force, like the Lasat, they call it the Ashla, and then there's Bendu, who's just Bendu.
yeah.
I'm Bendu.
I get that they're saying like, hey, there's even more, but this just feels like a rip off of Dathomir witches with instead of green smoke is black smoke. Instead of
Well, they could have come from Peridia. They could be from the same lineage and just have different religions, like.
Yep.
Kathleen
look at
Kennedy, can
England
we
and
have Night
Scotland.
Sisters?
One's very
You have
Catholic
Night
and one's-
Sisters at home.
It's just that, I don't know. It's the way they've structured the whole thing is weird now. Like I think Soul is going to be like, no pun intended, but like the sole survivor, right? I think Venestra is going to get yeeted. Her Padawan, her assistant's going to get yeeted. It's like where do they take it from here? I know there's one epic lightsaber battle left, which has to be a given anyway because it's the fucking finale, right?
Well, we know Venestra's going after Saul, so.
Do you think we'll see the light whip again?
I don't know. I think they're going to blame everything on him.
That's the impression I was getting from Venestra as well, blaming everything on Saul.
No, that's not what I got. No, because she goes, no, something to tip the scale. She was acting suspicious the whole time. I think she knows it was Chimere.
Well, maybe he was.
Okay, she's the Sith.
I agree with Sam, because when you look at Indara, looking at Soul, like, you're way too emotional. Don't develop the emotional attachment. And then when he starts fighting with her and gets angry and she looks at him like, you need to calm down.
Yeah.
And Venestra is very much the same way. I didn't realize you had such an emotional attachment. And she says something about his emotions again at that roundtable meeting with Coyote Monday, doesn't she? I don't remember now.
I think she does, yeah.
I think they're all thinking Soul's kind of a problem. Like, this is why you don't have a Padawan. Like, where did that line come from? Like I feel like I feel like maybe Soul has a bit of a dark side that everyone kind of knows about.
I kind of got that impression this episode too, because like up until now, he's been like the good Jedi, doing everything that he's supposed to, and then in this episode, he's got that really, really strong, unusual connection with Osha, and he's just like, I have to save this kid for absolutely no reason, and he doesn't give a fuck about Meg.
Yeah, he was very worried about her.
We see it earlier on in the series though with Soul, right? Pushing the boundaries of the Jedi teachings, learn to let go. And what was the line he said? If you let go of the past, how can you learn from it, or something along those lines?
Yeah.
No, he definitely does walk a fine line. And we were all at the time saying he was like the kind of Qui-Gon-esque kind of character, because Qui-Gon was much the same as well. He kind of pushed back against the council quite a bit with certain things, So I think that's maybe why Venestra is of the opinion, could Soul have done this because he's emotionally attached, and it's, I don't know, it's one thing's for sure, we have no fucking idea what's going to happen on Tuesday.
Facts.
Yep.
Do you think Soul's been brainwashed? Because imagine, so Chimere says, don't do your brainwashing thing, right? He says that. And it seems like kind of a funny comment, right? And Soul seems so eager to have a child. Is it possible Soul left the Order, turned to the dark side, had a son, Chimere's his son, they brainwashed him back into the Jedi Order or something? Like, there's got to be something. There's some weird connection that I can't figure out.
The Jedi are known to
crazy,
brainwash. If you look at Revan, they are known to wipe memories and brainwash
and
manipulate. So I mean,
That's Legends. That's not canon. They don't do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's-
you're right. It's
may-
too
may-
cool. Let's put it on the shelf.
maybe,
shelf.
maybe it's
There you
canon now. Maybe it's canon now. This is the thing. Maybe it's canon now. We just
Maybe
don't know.
Adara's a brainwasher, and that's how she's reading people the way that she is, and how she was able to eliminate that connection with Coral.
Mhm.
Kalnaka? Tobin?
Kilnaka and Coral, because Coral went into Kilnaka. Is that not how he was possessed? I mean, we didn't see it, right? But that's
I have
That
no
was the impression. Yeah, it was black smoke, and all of a sudden, a really angry fucking Wookiee. You know. I'll be back in a second, guys.
You can't stop. You can't do it to me. My mind is fortified. I wasn't talking about you.
she does it. She goes, "Not you," like really rude sounding. I was like, "Damn."
Here's a question going to episode 7. Did you guys, 6. Did you guys notice how when Chimere was walking to like take his bath, he's still in his clothes that he basically like kicked everybody's ass in, and he takes his bath, and
Puts
then when
on
he
light
gets
colored
out
clothes.
and he puts
He's
on
got
light
the
colored
white robe.
clothes, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if and he's also different, like personality wise. I wonder if that like bath and then putting on the white clothes is almost like some form of like, or his form of like baptism, of like cleansing of himself. You know what I mean? Because then he could just switch it on. He could like almost switch between whatever
Or maybe it's the
personalities.
helmet.
Or maybe it's the helmet. Yeah.
Because if like sensory deprivating, like they made it seem to be, then that might have something to do with his different personalities as well.
Yeah. I just thought that was like interesting. I didn't think it was coincidence.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it could just be that he was in a really hot, sweaty battle, killing a bunch of people. He needed to take a bath.
Mm.
I don't know.
Or maybe he just
maybe
wanted
it was
to
to
wear the
show
white.
I'm not just that.
Or maybe he
And-
wanted to wear the white just so he can kind of use that to help manipulate OSHA.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I don't think wearing the white was just because they thought it would have been cool. You know what I mean? I think there's something there with the
I
white.
certainly don't think he's been like baptized of his sins and now he's a good guy. Like
No shot. I'm just thinking in terms of like symbolism.
Yeah.
Or like I said earlier, the power of boners is stronger, and it's helping to turn May or OSHA.
I don't think she wants to have sex with him. Is that what they're going for? I didn't get that vibe.
Maybe
did.
she doesn't, but he I think he's kind of like, hey, what's up?
I mean, she looked, but as Sheldon said, the hero always looks. So.
Who?
He wants to show her the
Cooper.
dark side of the
Oh, I don't know.
puss.
Chimera is revealed to be Revan?
Wait, how bizarre would it be?
He said it was a very long time ago. God damn.
I would.
I was like, that's so
I would-
stupid. At first,
would-
but now I'm
I
like,
would-
shit.
I would commit a crime if that was the case. I would commit an actual crime if Chimera is Revan. I would lose it.
I mean, I like Chimera, but Revan needs
I
to be
don't
his
like
own
him that
thing.
much. Yeah. I don't like him that much.
Yeah.
That would be interesting thought. I want to hear everyone's terrible or far-fetched theories.
Oh, you want to hear far-fetched theory?
Yeah.
This show's gonna actually turn out to be the greatest thing ever.
Like, this is gonna show up off everyone and be like, shit, man, I gotta try again with someone else. Roll credits. The whole thing didn't matter.
Here's a theory. What if episode 8 is not actually the last episode?
I don't understand.
Maybe there's an episode 9.
Don't stop believing.
Maybe it goes all the way to 10.
I think it's
The
a
show
shame.
never ends.
This is the show.
Doesn't have an ending. We're stuck in this We're stuck in this.
We're gonna be here every Thursday for the rest of our lives.
180 million went. It just never stops.
John
like,
says
where
the
did it
show's gonna
go?
end with the song "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey.
Don't stop. Well, that you know what he's referencing, right?
What was that?
John, you're referencing the Sopranos, right? And it just goes to black. So when Tony Soprano at the end of the Sopranos, big spoiler alert if you're gonna watch the Sopranos, it ends with them in a diner pizza place, and Tony looks up to see what you think hopefully is his daughter coming in, but really it's someone that's going to assassinate the whole family. But it ends with "Don't stop," and just cuts to black. Nothing. That's the end of the show. Just shows him looking at the door, hearing the bell. "Don't stop." Black. That's it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
I think
like one of those controversial endings ever. Like, it was a big deal.
well, Sam's not here to hear this, but I think Cal Kestis is going to show up.
Love this theory. This is the best one yet.
It's all gonna be like a holocron telling story, and Cal Kestis will be like, "Wow, can't believe I found this holocron that told me the worst Star Wars story ever. That's amazing."
It's actually going to be careful.
And then it cuts Jedi Survivor 3 or something like that.
Are we talking Kestis?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, we're talking about that.
Yeah, Cal Kestis is going to show up, and somehow Marin's there too.
I wouldn't mind.
No,
I got to meet her. Rebel ScumCon.
very jealous.
Nice.
Hey, John, what's going on, dude? Oh, guys, don't stop talking just because I'm back. I'm just a fucking passenger.
No, dude, we're talking. No, dude, we're stop talking.
We were
It's
talking
like-
bad about you, and then you showed up. It got awkward.
It's like when you're a kid and the teacher leaves the room for 5 minutes and comes back. It's like, shh, shh, shh.
Shh, he's back.
He's back. Shh. You can go back and watch this anime, but shh.
We were talking about our most far-fetched theories for episode 8. I like Gianni's the most. His theory is that episode 8 is not the last episode. There's going to be a mysterious episode 9.
And 10.
Oh, I
And
like
10,
that.
But it never
I hope
ends.
not. We're going to be here every Thursday for the rest of our lives.
Why would I put a piece of gum in it? That's stupid.
I like that thought though. Could you imagine if they just went, psych, now and next week?
It would be funny if there was an episode 9, right? And it's like the greatest CGI in all of Star Wars ever, and then it ends, and the first thing that pops up with the credits is like, that's where the 80 million went, or the 180 million went.
Oh my god, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
Doesn't even
no,
feel directed by, it just goes, that's where the money went. This episode.
This definitely wasn't a $180 million show.
There hasn't even been that many
No.
sets. Like, I mean, there's been some sets, but there's not that many. Like, we got Coruscant, Brendok, I forget the name of the planet that Kelnaka's on, but you know where the big fight takes place.
Kofar.
Which seemed like the most lackluster in set because it was just kind of like the same repetitive trio and over again. But where else have we been? Like the ice planet, I'm sure that all had to be mostly CG, right?
Which CG is expensive,
Yeah.
right? I think so. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they shot a lot of this where? They shot a lot of this in Portugal, they shot this in Wales. A
Yeah,
lot of
exactly.
it
There was
in
a
the
lot
UK.
that was just not even a set. They just dressed up something else, right?
They shot some of this up here as well. I don't know where. I think it was in the Cairngorms. In fact, see the whole snowy episode thing? The trees are pelling that one. Turn into the fucking Wizard of Oz now, right? I'm sure the ice planet, a lot of that was done during the winter up here. I'm sure it was.
Did I blank out somewhere during an episode? I don't remember an ice planet.
The prison
in the beginning.
transport crashes,
Oh yeah. Yep, that's right.
It was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far
That
away.
was one of the episodes I actually liked too. And I completely forgot.
That planet ties back to something though. that ice planet. It's in. Is it in a video game? I forget. What was the name? Was it?
I just don't know how they're going to do episode 8. Like,
I'm already mentally preparing to be let down.
I've been mentally preparing for that since episode 3.
You're ahead of the game on me.
I will say one thing though: he isn't a Sith. He's just a dark side user.
They've
He's
played
not
the
a Sith.
Kylo theme way too often.
Yeah, he's a Ren. He's not. He's like we've all been talking about. You know, who was his master? Thinking, oh, it was a Sith. Oh, it's Tenebris. It's this person. If it
Maybe
is
it's just him.
well, if his master was Venestra, right? But then would the Jedi inflict?
Well, he did
know.
say you might call me a Sith. He didn't specifically say he was.
He was, yeah.
For all we know, it could be just him.
Death Watch. That's where they were. So Karlak is the ice planet she crashed on, and that's where Death Watch was in Rebels, right? Weren't they on an ice planet where Sabine had to go get something from?
There was a couple ice planets, but I remember.
Yeah,
but I do remember which one you're talking about.
So Leslie referred to him as a Sith, and then she said, "Oh, there's a reason for the Kylo theme. You'll find out." That's annoying me.
Yeah, there's not a lot here.
I don't know. I just really do not know what direction they can. There's got to be a massive twist in episode 8 because we have to get from 2 separate locations to a single location.
I got a game.
They still haven't showed us that shot from the trailer where the ship is falling through like the meteors and crashing into them. So we still haven't seen that in the show.
Well, that'll be me and Soul's ship.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they die.
Maybe Venestra comes after him. Tries to kill him.
Kills them off.
I still like the idea of Venestra surviving, becoming Mace Windu's master. His master is of the same species, and in Legends, just throwing that out there.
And he does have the purple saber, which means he does have a little bit of the dark and the light.
See, that would make sense.
And they're both bald.
So in Legends, this is Mace Windu's master. In Legends.
Well, that would make complete sense.
So, what, does she just get a wig or something, or?
Well, no, I mean that's a different character, but same species. And
this is Legends, right?
It's Legends because they could totally write in a canon master for Mace Windu.
Yeah. Oh God, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, boys. I'm nervous for Tuesday.
I have a fun game.
Let's play it. I like a fun game.
Yeah.
Cool outcomes for the Kylo Ren theme. Go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's start with Carter. What is a cool outcome from the Kylo Ren theme?
That he's like the first Ren. That's about it, honestly.
Is that cool though?
Yeah, that's the only cool thing I can think of is that he's the first Ren.
Well, no,
which would retcon
the Ren go
Legends Ren from ancient times, right?
Not really. It would just be the start of the Ren line.
Oh, I thought Sam said the Ren were like Old Republic stuff, like
ancient Order of Ren. But again, that's just Legends.
Right. No, I know. I'm saying so. It would be disregarding that Legends part and creating the first Ren.
Yeah.
Which would play into the sequels thing for as next exploration for Kylo Ren.
Well, if it gets us a Knights of Ren series that takes place at a different time with different people, I'm all in.
That's
young
too cool.
a
That's
young
too
Ben Kylo show of him joining the Knights of Ren, which would be impossible because how do you recast Adam Driver as a young person? But I'd be interested in that. I'd love to see.
You get the kid from Stranger Things.
Mmm.
Get that kid.
That's a
Yeah.
fucking thought. Yeah.
Yo, real quick, I just went on Wikipedia and I looked up Venestra, and then I went to her Padawan,
It's
and
a
what comes
dangerous
up,
website these days.
huh?
That's a dangerous website these days.
I know, but it says her Padawan's name it's IMRI, like Emiri or Imiri or MRI.
Emiri.
It kind of like
Sounds like Chimera.
Ymir, like because it's spelled IMRI, and it's kind of similar. So I wonder,
Just add the Q to the front of it.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Sith do change their names once they're over on the
One-
dark side.
Exactly, because I don't know. It could be, and I just read a few little just blurbs, and it does say that he had. Let's see here. Vanessa cautioned him about using the dark side of the Force, but he was desperate for revenge. So whoever this character is has an issue.
So
I wonder.
that's 70% change that Sam was talking about earlier was to introduce the Ren. That changed the whole show, I bet.
See if that was the case, man. That's just fucked up.
Yeah. We have to make the sequels better. No, you don't.
It's like this thing trying to make the
heard it-
sequels better for fucking years now.
I heard a theory that Chimera is the master because Chimera in Arabic, maybe I forget, translates to moon. So you got Sol, Sun, Chimera, Moon, and they're both the masters training their Padawans of Osha and May. And I was like, And it's not spelt anything like it. I guess it's just the way it's pronounced, Chimera. I don't know. If he ends up being the master, well, he can't because it's going to turn into a Ren thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
It's gonna end with Adam Driver sitting there watching a holovid.
Could you fucking imagine?
I mean, that would be cool.
We need to find a clip of Adam Driver holding some type of screen or something that we could put the show on, like a meme.
And then we can go from the marriage story to him throwing it across the street.
That'd be perfect.
Oh god. Yeah, I don't even know. Like
I'm so scared. It's gonna be terrible.
yeah, no,
Oh, dude. I accepted.
I'm prepared for it.
I accepted my fate.
I can't accept my fate right now.
positive. Like they were so sure that this show was gonna do well.
I mean, they're trying to get people to promote and watch it, so they're going to be like, "Yeah, this thing is the greatest thing since Revenge of the Sith. You guys are going to love it. We have
All I know is
duels better than the Phantom Menace."
All I know is I'm just gonna probably need a lot to drink that night.
Dude, I got
Yeah,
dude, I'm prepared.
I've got a bottle
I'm
of
not gonna lie
fucking
to you.
single
I'm
malt.
prepared on that part, man. I'll have a drink
Yeah.
with you.
I've got a bottle of single malt under the desk, and I have had for 2 weeks.
I'm
So
gonna straight up do some shots beforehand. All right, boys. That's how I want to make this show better. I'm gonna get a few shots in here.
Dude, let's turn it into a drinking game. Every time they say power of two, take a drink or something, you know? Like,
Do you want to
Virgins,
die,
take a drink.
Elvis?
every time someone rolls their eyes, take a drink.
You mean the audience?
every time I find something stupid, I'll just take a sip. So y'all know. Y'all know if I just don't like something, I'll just take a sip, and I'm just over here chugging my drink.
Carter's just waste.
I'm gonna have the
end up legless.
I'm gonna have the stream up on my laptop and the show on the TV, and I'm just gonna be watching the laptop for Carter to be drunk as shit.
I'm kind of into this idea, even though we watch the show with 3 people who don't drink normally. Well, at least 2 anyway.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some good stuff. I like this idea. Mark, you're so right. Drunk so you don't care.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing.
See, I usually have a drink when we're on these streams, and I didn't get one today, so I'm a little.
When we were on the boys trip, when Andor was coming out, and we did that big live stream, a watch party. Dude, I was drunk. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You were.
I was so gone, man. I was blacked out. I don't know what happened in that episode. All I remember was Clone Trooper showed up, but I was in the bathroom, man. I was completely gone. And I not rewatched that episode. I don't even know what happened. That's
Remember,
how I
man.
need to be for this.
The first night we get to Orlando this year, it's Chrissy's birthday, so it's going to be a fucking.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
It's
Yeah,
Cody's
and
birthday
I-
this weekend, isn't it? I think it's coming up.
Yeah, he's down in Florida right now, isn't he?
My birthday's
Yeah,
in a
I think
couple
he
of
is.
weeks.
Is it?
Yep.
30th of July, bro.
Why you gotta tell everybody?
'Cause now everyone fucking knows.
Weeks. That's in 2 days.
No, 30th.
3-0.
Oh,
3-0. Yeah, no, it's fucking.
do we have the days locked in for the trip?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
22nd till the 29th, Sunday to Sunday. Still haven't got days locked in for what we're doing in terms of like Universal or Disney or whatever. Like,
It's in September, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and as far as I've been told, there's everyone will be sharing a room. So I don't know who I'm going to be bunking with, but
One room.
I already called Chris. It's taken. Shotgun.
I'll bunk with Carter, man. I'll bunk with Carter, bro. We can be roomies, man.
go.
Sweet, cool. We'll roomies, man. If you get there before me, you make sure we're rooming.
I'll be there. Wait, are we going to miss each other by like a day? Because I'm going to be there that Sunday, but I'm leaving Wednesday.
Are we going to miss each other? What do you mean? I'm going to be there on Sunday. I'm there for the
Okay,
full
cool.
week.
All right. I didn't know if you were coming later.
Oh no, I'm there, man. I'm
Okay, cool.
I have heard some people are coming later though.
yeah.
I'm leaving early. I'm leaving on
Oh,
Friday, I think.
Oh, we all got there. We're like, what the fuck's Elvis? No, he's late.
I'm not going, so
Dude. Where are we going? My trips. Fuck. There we go. So my flight gets into Orlando at like 6:20 at night. But Ryan gets in a couple hours earlier because he's now flying from Manchester and not from Dublin. So I'll be flying solo from Ireland, and I've got a 3-hour layover. And they've got a fucking beer garden at the airport, and it's outside. So I could be inebriated by the time I arrive.
could be.
Do you think there should be a season 2? No. Not necessary. No, thank you.
I mean,
Yes, but disguised with another name and like redone with everybody.
Do a completely different show that continues the story.
To a
Yeah.
completely different show with different writers, different director, no studio interference,
And you
maybe
can
we'll
actually
make a
tell
good
they
show.
used the 180 million.
Yes.
Yeah. It's I tell you something, right? I would be down for a season 2. Right? I'd be totally down for a season 2 if Disney stop interfering in projects.
That's what scares me about all these other shows, man.
If Disney stopped interfering with their own content.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because here's the thing, like they know that Star Wars fans haven't been happy with the suggestions that their higher uppers have been making and doing. The thing that scares me is that Filoni and Kennedy signed off on all of this.
Wait, but I think Filoni wasn't even promoted yet until this was already completed.
Oh, there was stuff. There was notes handed regarding the continuity in the show to Filoni, and he signed off on it all. So that's just kind of what scares me a little bit. Like if Leslie Headland is given permission to do her season 2 with minimal fucking interjection, then yeah, I'd love to see it.
Do you feel like Filoni is dodging every microphone and camera right now?
Oh, fuck yes, absolutely. He is dodging those things, man, like they're fucking grenades, dude. Like, honestly.
Walks into a room of a bunch of YouTubers and goes, oh!
Yep.
Was Dallas on TV and what?
Dallas, Scott, when you're going back now, man. Jesus.
Is it 80s, maybe? I don't know.
70s, 80s, man. Didn't they do the remake and it flopped?
Where?
Was that Dallas or was that Dynasty? I can't remember. I think it was Dynasty. Yeah, Dallas, man. Jesus.
They did do that in Roseanne as well in the last season. The very last episode, you realize the whole season was just Roseanne's dream.
How fucking annoying would that be?
Well, it was a pretty wild season. She won the lottery, became rich, and did all kinds of stupid stuff. And then at the end, you just realize that her husband died and she went insane, and she was just been having a dream the whole season.
How annoying would it be if this whole thing was just like a dream from Soul's point of view?
It's gonna be Adam Driver watching it on a holocron.
This whole thing was a dream, and I would.
And then he closes the holocron, and it says "Ren for Dummies" on the front of it, or something like.
So I'm going to do something a little bit annoying and interesting, right? Because we've done this a few weeks ago. I think a couple of you abdicated. However, at this point, I'd like some updated scores on the series. Elvis Street, no.
Hard out. No.
Are you sure?
Let's do it on the Chimere scale instead of 1 to 10. 1
I'm
to 10.
gonna go Bendu until this last episode's done.
I'll be honest, I'll kick you off, right? Because I think I gave a 7.5 last time, man. I'm down to a 4 right now.
For the season or the episode?
For the 4 for the season.
Yeah. Episode was definitely 4 for me.
Yeah. I'm with Sam on this. I think I gave it a 7 or 8. After the first 2 episodes, I'm down to a 4.
Are we doing it out of 10?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, definitely ain't fucking doing it out of 5, that's for sure.
No, we're doing it out of 100. So, oh god, I'm gonna say
4.
Silly questions will get silly answers, man.
I'll give it a 5.
5.
Because I'm holding hope.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah, there you go. I was just gonna say the same thing. 4 is right, but I'm gonna say 5 because you're telling me there's a chance.
I'm on a 4 just now because I'm being brutally honest, but I'm holding out hope that we can maybe finish on a good 7. But I'm just, I don't know.
The only way I can make it to a 7 for me is if this next episode is the best piece of Star Wars ever written, and I highly doubt that.
And it's an hour and a half, and it's a feature film.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
if they
is all
give us
just
something
beginning.
if they give us something like a Vader hallway scene type of episode, it might do something. At least at least to the point where people aren't saying, God, that was a waste of time, or God, that's trash, or as long as it gets people to the point where like, okay,
Yeah.
interesting
It's-
story, not my favorite. That would
That'd be a win.
that's the
The
bar.
reason I've given a 4,
That's the
right,
bar.
is it's not because I don't like the story. It's not because I don't like the plot. I do, right? It's not because I don't love the visuals and everything and the way that they're doing certain things. They wait for me. They wasted nearly an hour and a half of fucking runtime. You know, nearly an hour and a half of an hour and 20 minutes of runtime. Like, and that's why I'm at a 4 right now, because I'm like, okay, I can kind of see past number 6, but this week was so unnecessary. You know,
Like the only thing
Dude, let's see the
That's
Jedi
really-
Starfighter.
that's really saving me from giving this like a 1 is the fight scene in episode 5. The choreography was amazing.
yeah.
It was.
The visuals are great.
The
And-
Indara fight in episode 1.
Yeah, the fight. Okay, let's just say the fights in general have been fantastic, and then Saul and Kymir's acting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like everyone else's acting, hasn't really been there. Or like even
Trinity,
Carrie
yeah.
Ann Moss has been kind of wooden.
Well, I think that's her character, but yeah, you're right, it is.
Yeah,
Do you know whose performance has been fucking great up until episode 5?
Buddy Beaver.
Pep.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
I actually printed off a Pip droid. I need to
nice.
sand it down and try and.
So is like
Um,
Pip like dead because he got reset to factory settings?
I mean, unless he has
must be.
R2D2 took a backup of him,
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious would be if R2 just rocked up, man, and plugged in.
I mean, if OSHA's really in love with this droid, like she loves it, you'd think she'd keep a backup. Just saying.
Maybe that's what really turns her to the dark side. She finds out it's been reset and all hell breaks loose. She loses her mind.
Yep.
Like
That's that,
she
man.
sees May, and May has Pip on her with the red eyes, and she just
Yeah.
starts killing her.
Just fucking throws down, man. Fucking throws down. It's
It
yeah.
just proceeds to beat the brakes off her.
I just can't. You know something. I can't see what they're gonna do, but whatever they do, I just hope it's good. You know. And I've been told it is, but
Can you trust the source?
oh, I can trust the source. Yeah, the source fucking worked on the series.
Okay.
I can
No,
trust
but
the
do you-
source. But
Do you trust
you-
that it's actually good?
well, this is the thing, right? And this is the thing where it's completely subjective, right? When you work on something, you're gonna have a different point of view as to someone else, right?
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is everything that I've been told so far has been pretty much bang on, and I was told to expect a couple of slower episodes after 5. I just didn't expect it to be this slow, right?
hmm
So
That's why episode 5 was so good. You're like, finally, something's happening.
yeah, right. And I'm like, and is it because we had the high of episode 5 that 6 and 7 seem a lot worse than they actually are?
Yeah, but could you imagine if
Right.
they did 6 and 7, like if it was like really like 5 and 6, we would have been all dying. Like this is so boring.
So,
And
I
I
mean,
understand it's different show creators, but like, what has the second to the last episode always been? Ahsoka, what? Boba? Like, there's always been something fantastic happening in
Yeah.
the second to the last episode.
yeah.
and-
Like the penultimate episode is always fucking amazing, and then the last episode is still great, just a little bit less.
Mhm.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Just to answer your question, Gianni, I do trust the source, right? But it's just, I think there's been a little bit of that in it as well, with the fact that 5 was so good, Plus, as well, I've never really been told anything directly, like, about X, Y, and fucking Z. I've just been told, don't expect X, Y, or Z. Oh, by the way, you're gonna love this. Oh, by the way, it's always been kind of like that. But at the same time, it's like, is it because 5 was so fucking fuck yeah, and then do we have jaded expectations because 5 was fucking so good? Because 5 was awesome.
Yeah.
5 was fucking awesome. So it's, I don't know, man. It's just I really do think 8 will end up being a fucking banger, right? But I'm still nervous, like I really am still fucking nervous. And this is the thing, it's just like you want to know, but at the same time you want to. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, there has been a couple of times where I've completely wrongly fucking bothered my buddy, and like, can you just tell me this part? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. That's right. That's right on you. Fair enough. But I've just been at that point where I'm like, I don't want it to go this way. Like the switcheroo. Who was it that predicted that? Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I don't remember.
I think it was you, right? And I said, like, please don't tell me they do a switcheroo. And he's like, you need to find out. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man, don't do this to me, dude. Come on, like, because we all talked about that whole thing happening, right? And it's like inevitable because there's twins. It's probably going to happen because that's what happens when there's twins. There's a switcheroo, and that's it. But we all kind of spoke about it a couple of weeks back, right? And we were like, what does this actually bring to the story?
No, Adrian, no, I'm not done with it.
Like, was it completely necessary to have?
Yes.
I mean, Matt's fucking done with it, bro. Yeah, he's fucking done. But like, what does it bring? Like, was it necessary to have the switch? Like, couldn't we have just done this a different way? I don't know.
That's the problem. I just don't know.
We just don't fucking know. All I know is there's a fucking awesome lightsaber battle, and that's it. So it sounds more episode 5-esque, which is great. But there's some gaping holes here in questions, and one of the big questions is, how much time are they going to have to actually, tie this all up into a neat little package?
There's
and
not
send
enough
it
time.
sailing. Well, that depends on how long the fucking episode is. Is it an hour? Is it 40 minutes?
There's too many things that are going to be left unanswered, which might be the point because they apparently wrote it for a sequel. But there's way too much to cover in one episode.
Well, what Leslie Headland said, what Leslie Headland said was it was written as a one-off, right? And it was packaged as a one-off, but it could have a second season because there's enough there for them to work with. That's what she said, right?
Which to me sounds like you're not going to get all the answers you want.
Right.
Yeah.
That's slightly upsetting.
I'd be okay if nobody's in the episode but Chimere and he's just like killing people.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
I've heard through circles that the second season is being potentially worked on. That's like Bespin with the Bespin bulletin and all that kind of shit. I don't know for sure if there's anything being worked on, right? But at this stage, I think it would be pretty difficult.
I could have swore they said they greenlit season 2 before this came out.
See, I thought I heard that as well, but I couldn't.
Well, Sebastian was saying, and you're all stream that just because they greenlight it doesn't mean they're going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking Star Wars.
But I thought Star Wars announced it, which would make them look even dumber.
Yeah, they announced
Rogue
Rogue
Squadron too,
and I'm never letting that go. They announced Rogue Squadron. They even had that cool little thing with the director saying, "Hey, my dad was a fighter pilot, and I'm gonna do all this justice." And then, guess what?
Well, that's been brought back though. That is happening.
Yeah, I heard that's getting.
Yeah, They brought
Talked
that back
about it,
into the fold.
Yeah, that's happening again.
Better.
The one that I'm really fucking disappointed was Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah.
an awesome fucking show, man. You know?
Yeah.
Rangers of the New Republic. Yeah, with
Gina
what's her
Carano.
face?
Gina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna get a fucking fat payout. Big time.
I'm sure.
Oh, she will.
Yes.
She fucking will, man.
I haven't been following
I'm-
it. I
I'm
remember
gonna
at
keep
one
my mouth
point.
shut because I was gonna say something inappropriate.
Say it.
No.
Shitbag if you don't.
I'd like to give her a fat something else.
Oh, dude, come on. But like, that's the thing, though, right? It's like all
let
these
her beat me
different
up.
fucking-
Yeah.
Let her beat me up.
Yeah, I'd be her
This
big old fat
fucking
punching
whole-
bag.
This whole stream is turned sadistic, man. Like, but you're bang on though. Just because they say they're going to do something doesn't mean they're actually going to do it. I mean, they will shelve shit. I mean, fucking hell, man. Warner Brothers have shelved fucking movies in the last 2 years.
Batgirl.
They shot that
That
entire.
pisses-
That
that
pisses me off. They shut down the city centre of fucking Glasgow for 6 fucking months to film it, and then they fucking shelved it.
They're filming Superman in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
They were filming like 3 blocks away from where I was working a couple weeks ago.
Wow, that's cool.
I was
No.
gonna try and sneak on with the Restore the Snyderverse shirt.
Do it.
Is Superman cast? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, who is it?
Great value, Henry Cavill.
Great value.
Great value, Henry Cavill. Wow. I've never heard someone use great value before, the Walmart
Great-
brand versus
Yeah.
like
Great
dollar
value, Henry
store
Cavill.
Henry Cavill or discount Henry Cavill. But great value. I like it. I'm stealing that.
Great value. Fucking hell.
Yeah, they have Nathan Fillion as a Green Lantern and all that stuff, and the costume looks terrible.
Why is it CG?
No, it's an actual leather costume for Nathan Fillion, and it there's only a very small amount of green. It's mostly white.
Interesting.
Whoa,
Ryan Reynolds will always be the
look
Green Lantern.
very, very closely on that suit. They're all wearing the same.
Yeah, they have the same logo on it.
Yeah, so it's not going to last long.
Yeah. Wasn't it like Henry Lord or something like that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's just a corporate team put together. So it's not the
Yeah.
actual Justice League. It's actually just a corporate team put together. So I don't care if they have a team uniform.
Yeah.
Carter's been teasing this Starfighter forever. Let's see it.
Yeah, I was just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say, man, fucking get your Starfighter right, bro.
Whose
Was it a
is
model?
this,
Is it Lego
guys?
or what?
It's Darth Vader's Sith Starfighter.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
I had the Mace Windu one back in the day.
Dude, our shop just bought a massive like Star Wars collection, like everything from 77 to maybe a few years ago.
Do you post stuff on Instagram when you guys buy stuff?
Well, we haven't posted anything from this collection just yet because we don't have it all. It took 4 truckloads one day and 4 truckloads the next day, and we need to go back for maybe 2 more truckloads because it's.
If
Yeah.
you don't mind me like paying attention to it, would you send me the Instagram profile so I can follow it? I'm interested.
Yeah, could you send me that too? I'd
Yeah,
like to check this place out.
Just put us all in a group chat.
Yeah.
Just send it to everyone.
I mean, I'm not trying to get a bunch of Star Wars stuff, but I am interested in following the shop because I know you do a lot there and it's cool shit.
Plus, if anything cool comes in, you can just DM Carter. I'm gonna, you know,
you can just
fucking
DM
cash,
me.
I'm gonna cash app you money. Can you grab this?
Yeah, man.
Do you do the posting there?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
I mean, you haven't showed anyone your marketing genius when it comes to other stuff?
No.
No.
Who wants
I
it?
mean, they don't know that you're the Golden Harvest God.
No.
They
No.
need to.
He's like, well, they know that. It was on my resume.
Still waiting for that 2-button video though.
It's not getting paid. I don't have time. Don't have time anymore.
Thank you, Carter.
My man.
My dog.
Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up this stream. By the way, Gianni, you don't have to dip straight away, bro. Just to let you know, you can. We tend to we hang out a little bit, man. Like
Usually hang
it's
out
like-
afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Just
not
like
that. It's baby.
end stream, and then it's like, where'd Gianni go? Like,
I'm like, peace.
Bye.
peace, sucker. But yeah, everyone in the chat, thanks for hanging out again. And if you didn't see today, I did launch over on my Instagram the latest giveaway from myself and SaberTheory, so go and check it out.
That's a
I
good
will
giveaway.
I entered
That's a
it.
good giveaway. It's a real good
I did
giveaway,
too.
man.
I don't enter giveaways, but I did repost it.
Well, thank you, sir. You can enter it if you wish. You're not limited to it. But we
I
are
have
giving
enough
away
favors. I don't need to steal it from someone else. One. Like,
we're giving away an
Never
extra
have
3
enough.
Xeno.
I don't have one, so
I don't either.
So we're choosing the winner next week on the Acolyte After Show for the finale. Nice little way to sew up the finale. Hopefully it's a good episode. But yeah, so if you want to enter, please go to my Instagram and follow the instructions. Very simple. The Ezra 3s became one of my favorites recently. It's just I don't know. There's something so nostalgic about it with the Kanan throwback
Yeah. Especially
Emitter.
because it has the emitter.
and the Suba and everything. Yeah, it's real nice. So yeah, thanks to the good folks over at SaberTheory. We're giving one of those away. So the winner will get a code. Just go on the website and boom, simple as that, free of charge.
Oh,
So,
What board is it gonna have? Profi?
Xeno.
SN? Okay.
it's gonna be Xeno. Yeah, I pushed for Profi, but it was out of my budget for this month. Blew the budget slightly, my bad. But the one I've got is Xeno. It's awesome. Yeah. Plus, it's got a removable core, so if you've got a Nexus with a Profi and it's fully removable, you can just slam the Profi in and it's a Profi now.
I need to update my Xeno because I haven't done that since I bought it.
I haven't updated any of them. But yeah, so that's next week, guys. So thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you there. Go and enter if you wish. Thanks to these lovely gentlemen for their time as always. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Take care. Peace.
bye.
Bye.